Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. I am going to talk a little bit about the Parthenon Starseed Academy in the upper astral. Um, Currently under some controversy and currently invaded by a huge storm, a huge dark storm. Um, what happens is when the star seeds are arguing about certain things in the upper astral, here come the dark clouds and the whole frequency, and it just lowers. When there are accusations going on between the star seeds, the frequency lowers. Okay, so that's what's happening right now. This usually happens with a major upgrade like we had last week or a few days ago. There was a major upgrade for the astral star seeds in the astral to get all sorts of abilities and everything else. It correlates with the opening of the column portals to source that happened. There's a video of me talking about that on Richard West's YouTube site. So if you go to Richard West's YouTube site, the audio is a little funky, but you can get the point. Okay, so what happened was there was a lot of teaching going on. The Parthenon Starseed Academy. The correlation is in Greece, okay, and the location is very critical because it's right by the Great Pyramid site, which is one of the key places, if not the key place, in the astral realm. I did a video on that about how, if the pyramids, if it's peaceful around there, we're on a positive timeline. If it's not peaceful, we're on a negative timeline. Okay. These areas in the astral are fluctuating between, lower frequency, higher frequency, lower frequency, higher frequency, all depending on how the star seeds are getting along with each other. If there's accusations and infighting, it's going to lower the frequency of the entire astral. I'm watching it firsthand, absolutely firsthand. I'm going there 100% lucid and watching all this stuff happen. That's why Yazi's been put out videos, tell everybody what you're seeing. So she's been on my case about doing this now, just for a couple days, and I'm doing it. So what happened was there was just a lot of training going on, and in training going on, there's a lot of when a newish star seed comes to the academy, they're coming there to learn, they're coming there to train, and they don't understand that things that they're normally low frequency in 3D, like fires, tornadoes, weapons, stuff like that, they don't understand that those things are high frequency in the astral. So it scares them. So there was a tornado that was screaming by the Starseed Academy, and a bunch of the Starseeds were getting freaked out and they were scared. They didn't understand that we were teaching them, and we were trying to explain to them that this tornado is a good thing. It's high frequency. If you run towards it and get caught up in it, it will take you up into a higher density. That's what it does. So they were getting scared of these tornadoes. So they were getting scared of the high frequencies. Okay? And this is a very important point. So because they were getting scared of the high frequencies, they were lowering the frequency, because that's what fear does in the astral. That's why you hear Yazi, Mari always talking about you can't be scared in the astral. You got to go in there with no fear. Okay? So what happened was I was trying to explain to these starseeds, stop being scared of these these tornadoes, and so the storm, the low frequency storm, started to come in. Okay. Mist, sandstorms, a lot of that stuff where it's just that's low frequency in the astral. That's a low frequency thing. Green grass and rivers and all sorts of stuff like that. Nature stuff is very high frequency in the astral. Fire, extremely high frequency in the astral. Just running into a building and setting on fire is like the best thing you can do to raise the frequency. So basically, the low frequency storms started to come in, and I was trying to tell everybody, focus on the light, focus on the higher frequency. We don't want the storm to come in, but too many people in the collective bought into the fear, and suddenly the whole Parthenon was enveloped in this low frequency storm. Now, I was in the middle of teaching. I had all these books and manuscripts and everything that I was holding in my hands. I saw this storm coming in. I was like, okay, now I have to resort to fighting. So I had to drop all my books and manuscripts right outside the Parthenon, and I had to pull out my scimitars. I have very high frequency swords that are about 1.5 feet long, extremely sharp, very bright. They have red pinstriped painting on them in like a curved pattern. And so when the low frequency comes, this fight or flight thing happens inside of you, and you have to resort to melee weapons. So that's what happened. Now, I was going to fight the storm, the low frequency storm, with my high frequency swords. Okay? So just like in 3D, swords harm you, they hurt you. Well, in the astral, they raise the frequency. They're high frequency swords. You can fight whatever is low frequency, whatever you perceive to be low frequency, whether it's a monster or, you know, whether it's a storm, a sandstorm, or whatever. You can fight it with your weapons of choice. Okay, so that's a little bit about one of the things that started off lowering the frequency in the astral. I will get into another thing that happened in the next video, but that's just a little information about it. Thank you for watching.